Today is a big day. Margaret was able to do something that I couldn't do.
I went and
We love sitting outside and talking to you guys, except for when we sit outside, you hear stuff like this. I wish that these people would be a little more polite and know that we're recording and kind of turn it down or wait for us to get done. Today is a big day. Margaret was able to do something that I couldn't do.
I went and voted. Whoop whoop.
In case you didn't know, today is a big day, November 3rd. If you live in the United States and you don't know what today is, you probably have been living under a rock. It's been somewhat intense for the last 4 or 5 weeks for us, months. If you live in another country, you probably do know what today is also. My brother in Vietnam texted me yesterday asking about today. And it is a little nerve-wracking for us. It is, if you don't know, it's the presidential election day. And is what will determine the political landscape for this country for the next 4 years. We will not get into the political side of things about who you should vote for and all that. We just want to make a quick video and talk about the privilege of voting and why you should vote.
Yep, I voted since I was 18 and on, every year that there was an election. This is by far the biggest year, the biggest election that I have ever had the privilege of voting in, and I thought 4 years ago was. It is important to educate yourself on the matters and not just go with what other people are saying and what other people think that you should do. You need to educate yourself and educate those around you only when appropriate for family and whatnot, and then get out and vote. I mean, it's going to be one of the greatest elections in the history of the United States, and it's important. Hey, it's still early in the day. You've got plenty of time. If you haven't, or if you were hesitant, get out and vote.
In case you didn't know, the reason I can't vote yet is I am just now a green card holder in the United States, and you can't vote here until you are an American citizen. So even though I live here legally, I pay taxes and everything, I still don't get to vote. And I'm okay with that. I accept that because that is the rule of the country, and I have no problem with that. I know a lot of people think that everybody who lives here should be able to vote, and you know, if that's the rule, that's okay, but it's not the rule. And part of it is there are people who live here who might hold a green card that will not become citizens. They should not be able to vote on who is going to be their president. While I participate in anything, really, you know, I can go to a rally if I want to. I can talk politically with anyone. I educate myself on the political landscape. I try to learn the ins and outs of it. But just because I can't vote, you know, I understand and I accept that.
And you don't think it's a right just because you happen to be on American soil that you should get to go in and put a ballot in?
That's right. It's not a birthright, and it's not a God-given right. You know, there are a lot of rights. In another video, I talked about some of the rights that you have being here, living in the United States. You're protected for political, religious freedom. You're protected with the right to bear arms. You're protected against a search, seizure of your properties. People can't come in your house. But nowhere in the Bill of Rights or the Constitution say that you can vote. You know, it says that you have to be an American citizen to vote. So I'm okay with that, and I accept that. Regardless of who you're voting for, there are a lot that's riding on this election. You know, you're talking about the Second Amendment. Regardless which side you're on, Second Amendment is a big thing. Taxes is a big thing.
At this point, the First Amendment is a big deal.
Yep. If you have not voted, if you are undecided, I hope that you look into what these candidates stand for and get out there and vote.
The same for the Senate and Congress.
Yep.
So it was super fast this morning. I got there and the line was more than wrapped around the parking lot. Not even a hope of parking in the parking lot. And so I parked in a place nearby. But man, I was in and out. I mean, half an hour I was home? I mean, it was incredible. They had that place moving really fast. I've heard a lot of people saying in the surrounding big cities that I'm friends with that they were in and out really fast as well. It's in record voting time. It may have taken them an hour and a half, but compared to a possible 4 hours. One person said, it took me an hour and a half today, but it took me 4 hours last year. And she was giving props to her local voting place because it's in a very large city with an extremely large amount of people who vote there. So I think everything is being done really efficiently and well, and they were checking everybody's IDs, doing just a fantastic job of that. And don't let the crowd scare you. It was real easy. I'm back at home for the rest of the day. So.
And in case you don't know, somebody asked me the other day about who should I vote for if I'm undecided. And if you don't know, we are Christian. We probably need to talk more about it on this channel, but we are Christian. And the Bible does talk about who you should vote for. It's in 2 Timothy. It says that you should vote for a leader. It didn't clearly say you vote for a leader, but it talks about you should vote for somebody that will allow you to worship God unashamedly and unabashedly. That is somebody who support the Constitution, the First Amendment. So really that's all we have for this.
It's a lot of fun. We're going to be staying up late tonight watching all the results come in, praying hard, and we will see what happens. Hope you all have a fantastic day and go vote.
The only thing I will say about this election is that I, along with millions of other immigrants, ran away from socialism. You don't want to go there. Trust me on that. That's my ending note.